everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the Freedom Network channel. It's your girl, it's me, Renee. And I never said I was a singer because I'm not. Okay? Getting out of business. Hello, 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 hello. Ha! It feels so good. You guys just don't know. It feels so good to do this. Honestly, seriously, to just do this. To get here and just be free. To just talk, and not have to worry about people critiquing me, even though you will. But I ain't worried about it, okay? That's all I'm saying. You will, but I ain't worried. So to just get up here and be free and be me, I'm just so happy. And I hope I didn't just mess up something here. Okay. But again, I'm so happy to be before you. I hope and pray that everyone is doing good and doing well. And I just want to get back here and talk about, again, this journey, this newfound journey that I'm on. God's original intent for family, for his family. We're all his family. And God had intentions for us when he created us. You know, a lot of things happened, and, you know, with him giving us free will, we did a lot of things our way. And because of that, we had to take those detours that I was talking about. Some of us take detours and we take them too long. You know, it's time to get back on the road and get back, you know, on a journey. But sometimes we take a detour and we get distracted. And because of that, things happen and things change. But what I want to share with you guys is, and I'll be breaking this down, okay, the members of the family. But basically, it's setting the foundation for the family. And this is 2023. We want to set a firm foundation, a firm biblical foundation for today's family. Because, I mean, you know, you guys, things is just, it's out of hand, you know. The things we're seeing on the news, our children, you know, our children they're going astray. You got babies raising babies. It's just so much. Drugs, what do you call that? Drugs, you got people, I forgot the name of what it's called, snatching kids, and, you know, it's just so much. Sex laundering, I think it's called. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. Sex trafficking. Thank you. Hey, 51, y'all. Hey, it ain't easy. Sometimes, you know, you forget some things. So, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's trafficking. So we are dealt these hands, you know, these awful hands in life, and we have to deal with them. We have to figure them out, and we have to do what we can to try and make life easier for us. So I just want to again share this new for me, this knowledge that I've discovered, that's been here always, but that I've discovered with you guys. So basically, I'll just be going off of my notes here. And when you think about, again, so I'll go back to what I was stating, how, you know, when we first come here, when we're first born, we're a baby. We have no knowledge. We know nothing, you know, we don't really look too much like nothing. You know, we're just a baby, you know. We haven't developed our full features. You know, our eyes are, well, nowadays, I was going to say they're shut, but now babies are being born wide-eyed. And, you know, there's some instances where people say that their children, their babies talked, you know, after a couple of days. They could understand something that they said, or, you know, you got babies raising their heads up and turning their heads. So there's a lot going on today. You know, times are different and things are changing. But, so I want to talk about the first member. of the family, which, I mean, that we know is the son. You know, Adam was created, Jesus was created. So, with Adam, just imagine Adam being created. Now, in those days, God gave him instructions on what he was to do. You know, he was to name the animals. He was probably like to set up everything, you know. So he had instructions. And things still failed. So look what happened, you know. We know the story with Eve and the serpent. But now, okay, so let's just say a son is being born. A son comes into this world. And this is why, as I speak about the son, I want to speak to the boy, the young man, the old man, the old man, whatever. I want to speak to men of all ages. And I want to let you know. And I want to encourage you. I want to assure you. I want to remind you. And I want to impart in you. I want you to know everything that they said about you. Everything that they said you couldn't do. That you were going to do. That you were going to be. They lied. Nobody has your blueprint on your life except for God. I don't care what happened. I don't care what wrong turns you took. They don't know. And again, like I said before, if you can wake up, you can get up. And I think that's Les Brown that said that. So, he said if you can look up, then you can get up. So I'm going to say, if you can get up, you can stay up. So therefore, because you know, you've been down, you know how to look up, so therefore you're going to always know how to stand up. And as long as you know how to stand up, you'll stay up. How about that? Probably won't be able to say that again, but whatever. So just know that they lied, that you were called to this earth for a purpose, and that you are not just here just to be here. God always had a plan for your life. Always. I'm going to prop my notes up right here. Hopefully this won't fall. But, so as I talk about the man, I just want to remind you that you are a natural born leader. You cannot fail. It's in you. It's in your DNA. It's in your makeup. That's what you know how to do. You know how to lead. You know how to lead your family. You know how to lead on your job. You know how to lead a community. You know how to lead. And you know, you get your first practice in your home. Your first practice is in your home. So first, you start off as a son. Again, no instructions. You're here. You were born. Now you're here. You're waiting for instructions from your parents. Your parents is teaching you. They're feeding you. If your parents don't feed you, you can't eat. If you can't eat, you can't grow. So they're feeding you. They're clothing you. They're teaching you how to speak. And great parents, we teach our children how to behave. We teach our children how to be. If they have other siblings, we have to teach our children. If you have a son, your son doesn't automatically know how to be a brother to his other siblings. You know, so that has to be taught. You have to teach them, whether they're older siblings or some younger ones come. Okay, if the child is born and the child has older siblings, you have to teach that child while he's small, this is your older brother or sister, or sisters or brothers. You have to respect them. They're older than you. You have to respect them. They're going to lead and guide you They're going to teach you. They're going to help raise you up. So therefore, you're establishing leadership in the home. You're establishing authority. You're teaching that young son how to be a brother. You're teaching him, again, that he needs to respect his siblings, his older siblings. So therefore, if that's taught in the home at that early age, as he gets older, that won't be broken. That son, he's going to respect his older siblings. If he has a younger sibling coming after him, you teach him, you're the older brother. This is your baby sister or brother, or sisters or brothers. You have to look out for them. You have to lead and guide them. You have to train them up. Show them the ropes. You have to love on them. You have to make them comfortable. You have to help take care of them. You have to be nice to them. You know, you be nice. You got to teach them how to love, how to genuinely love that brother or that sister. And when we do this, you guys, the reason why this is so important, because when we do this and there's a genuine bind, there's no room for the enemy to come in with sibling rivalry. There's no room for the enemy to come in and have one sibling jealous or envious of the other. Everybody is doing their part. Now all children have learned how to be brothers and sisters to each other. So now you've had the son. He's had to learn how to be a brother. And while he's learning how to be a brother to his siblings, guess what? They've also become friends. Now he has become friends with his siblings. Once the son becomes friends with his siblings, now he learns, so he goes from learning how to be a son to a brother. Then he learns how to be a friend. After that, he learns how to be also a cousin. Now, you know, you're introduced to other family members, so you learn how to be a cousin. And when you learn how to be a cousin, one of the ways of learning how to be a cousin with your family members, you're going to use those same skills you learned to be that brother, those same skills you learned how to be a friend. All of that, you're going to use those same skills and characteristic traits that you learned to be those. You're going to also use that when you become a cousin. Because anybody know, you got cousins. Your cousins are like some of your best friends. Your cousins are like your brothers or your sisters, depending on how you were raised. A lot of cousins were raised together in the same house, raised like brothers and sisters. So therefore, that bond is supposed to be so tight that, again, jealousy, envy, deceit, all of that should not even come to play when those children are taught the proper way. And again, keep in mind here, we're building the family. So again, there's a lot of lessons and teachings that go into this. So now you have this young man, you know, he's this wonderful man, because I mean, he's just, you know, he's kind, he's loving, he's respectful, he's polite. You know, he's had to be the brother, the son. He has to be the son first. So he's respectful to his parents. He's making sure his parents don't have any needs or wants. He takes care of his parents from a young age, you know. He hugs his mom, he hugs his dad. He makes sure that they're taken care of. If they need anything, he's there for them. Then he has his brothers and his sisters. He's respecting the older ones, listening to what they have to say. He's following leadership. The younger ones, he's loving on them. He's teaching, encouraging, motivating them. Then his cousins, Some of the cousins may not have siblings, so he's being that to them. He's loving and hugging and he's protecting them. He's ride or die with his cousins because that's his brother or that's her sister, whatever. So yeah, and then after that, usually like teenage years. So now he's went through all those roles. So now you have dating time. So now he's dating. So now what happens? Now you become a boyfriend. So because you've been taught all these traits, these characteristic traits, positive things, there should not be a reason that you not know how to treat a young woman. You should automatically know how to treat a young woman. You should automatically know. That young woman comes into your life because you have displayed love with your sisters, with your mom. So therefore, you automatically know how to treat her. How do you know if she's the one? Treat her like you would treat your sister. You're going to take care of your sister, make sure your sister's straight, make sure no one mess with her. You're going to make sure she has everything that she needs. Treat your girlfriend the same way. And in doing so, you'll know. You'll know if it's time to take it to another step and make her your wife. It's that simple. It's that simple. And just please ignore any noise that you may hear in the background. I apologize for that, but I do have some people entering the room. But nevertheless, so then after that, so now the next role in the man's life would be a husband. Okay, so now he been that wonderful son that takes care of his parents. He's there for his parents. He loves on his parents. He honors, respects his parents. So the Bible says his days shall be long. Then he becomes that brother. He's a wonderful brother that his siblings just love to death. They love, honor, and respect him. Then he becomes that cousin that everybody just loves because he's all about family. He loves his family. He'll do anything for his family. He's there for them like a brother, like a brother would be. And then he becomes that boyfriend. So now you have this girlfriend and, you're treating her wonderful. And you find out, I think I want to keep her around. So now you make her your wife. So now he becomes a husband. And at this point, he's a husband. As he's a husband, now you have more responsibilities. Because as a husband, you're taking care of so many people. You have so much on your shoulders. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And a lot of times people just expect for you to just keep going, because you don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. So people automatically think that you have it easy and that you're supposed to know, just supposed to know what to do and how to do it. Nobody's taking an account that you're going to a job that you probably hate. And that you're dealing with so many things. You're probably running into issues with racism, prejudice, just feeling inadequate, feeling like you're falling short no matter how hard you try. You have a lot on your shoulders. And now you've become a husband. So now you have your own family. And in becoming a husband now, you have to prepare to be a father. Because one day you're going to have children of your own. So now you have to, your role is kind of switching because you're taking on everything now. You're taking on your parents. You're still dealing with your siblings. You're still involved in your cousins' lives. Now you have a wife to take care and then now a child. So now you become a father. And as you become a father, You have to lead, guide, strengthen, encourage, motivate, inspire, uplift. You have to do all of that with your child. You are the first representation of all of that your child will see. So it's very important that you be the best leader that you can be. So some of the things that that child is gonna be witnessing, because again, now you're going back, we're dealing with the baby again. The baby only know what they're taught. They only know what they see, what they hear. So when you become a father, it's very important that you show love, honor, that the child see you respecting your parents, showing a strong work ethic, being dependability, determinations, diligence, patience, honesty, courage, adaptability. How well do you adapt to change? How well do you adapt to troubles? You have to show gratitude. You need to be proactive. All of that. So all of these are good traits that you want your children to model. So if we're expecting our children to be great, we have to show them greatness. So it's not easy. It's not easy being a male. It's not easy being a man. And it's definitely not easy being a black man or a black male in this world. That's why I say, ladies, we have to really take all of these things in account for all these things, because we don't know. We know, but we don't realize what the men are being tried with on a daily basis. So we really need to learn how to bring them peace, be patient with them, be loving to them, be encouraging, be understanding. And we really have to keep the lines of communication open with them. Because a lot of times, because the lines of communications are not left open, they go out and they have to find communication other places. And we don't want that, because that's how a lot of things get started. But I just want to encourage the men today that it's never too late. If you have siblings that you're not close with, it's not too late. Reach out to your siblings. Again, all you got to do is be lovable. Apologize, whoever needs to. Be lovable. Be in their lives. Be active. Cousins. Cousins are very important. There's a lot of people that don't have siblings, but again, their cousins is like siblings to them. A cousin is a very important role, because a cousin sometimes can be closer to you than a brother or a sister. So reach out to your cousins. You need them in life. If you're going to have kids of your own, you're going to need your siblings, because those children are going to need aunties and uncles. So you need to be involved in your siblings' lives. They're going to need aunties and uncles, because auntie and uncles can sometimes reach children better than you can as a parent. Reach out to your cousins. They're going to need, again, they're cousins, but how many of us know when you have cousins, your cousins are more like aunties and uncles to your children. So your children are going to need older cousins or aunties and uncles. They're going to need that. Your parents. Stay connected to your parents. I don't care what nobody tell you. You may have to limit your connection, because some of us have toxic family members. I get that. God knows that. But you want to stay connected to some degree, because when you don't, you destroy history. And history should not just be what we're taught in textbooks. History is what goes down in our families. History is what takes place in our homes. History is what's being formed in our lives. So again, reach out to your people. Again, once that man, so you're a husband now. You have children of your own. So chances are you're also a son-in-law. Guess what? Now you not only have to take care of your parents, but now you have to make sure that your wife's parents is taken care of. So now God has blessed you with more than one set of parents. He's blessed you with two. You now have two sets of parents to take care of. So you're equally blessed. You're double blessed, double blessings. And just when you become the wonderful husband, the wonderful, amazing son-in-law, now it's probably time for you to become the loving, doting grandfather, which is like the grandfather. So therefore you have grandchildren, that's sitting on your lap or sitting next to you, wanting to know all the stories about the history of the family. You got to have answers for them, because this is things that they're going to share with their children and their friends. So when they come to grandfather, you've earned that name for a reason. You're called grandfather for a reason. So you're the one that's going to tell them all the grandiosities and osities and whatever you call that. Grandiosities, osities, whatever. You're going to tell them all those wonderful stories about their family. You're going to tell them the stories on how their dad, your son, what they did when they were little, and the funny stories. You're going to tell them the things that's going to make them wiser children as they get older. You're going to share all of that knowledge with them. So therefore, everything that you learned along the way, along your journey, it wasn't in vain. It all has a place and it all has a purpose. So that when you leave this earth, you have fulfilled your role as a son, as a brother, as a friend, as a cousin, as a boyfriend, as a husband, as a son-in-law, as a father, and as a grandfather. All those roles. So when life gets you down and things get hard, don't beat yourself up, because that's a lot. That's a lot of different roles that you've had to go into with no instructions. There was no manual written for each role. So therefore, you kind of get in that role and you figure it out on your own. But I just want to encourage you to make the best of every role. Every role that you encounter, make the best of it and be the best. Be the best father, the best grandfather you possibly can. Don't put yourself first, but put those children, those grandchildren, your wife, put them first, and you'll never, ever be disappointed. If you fall off the wagon, get back on again. You were sent here for a purpose. Your family is your purpose. Take care of your family. Love on your family. And this, my friends, there's so much more I can go into, but this, I present to you a son. A son. God gave us the son. He gave us the son first. He created the male first. So therefore, the male is our leader. You're our leader, man. We look up to you. We need you. Be better. Be all that you can be. When you be all that you can be, you help us be better, and we be all that we can be. Thank you, guys. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
My son, never forget that I love you. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. Wherever your journey in life may take you, I pray you will always be safe, enjoy the ride, and never forget your way back home. I can't promise to be here the rest of your life, but I can promise to love you for the rest of mine. Love, Dad. I love you, son. I'm always proud of you. My son, I close my eyes for a moment, and suddenly a man stands where a boy used to be. I may not carry you on my back anymore, but I'll always carry you in my heart. You give me so many reasons to be proud of the man you've become. But the proudest moment for me is telling everyone, you're my son. Love, Mom. Always make your mom proud, son. She loves you. Don't disappoint her. Prayer for my son. Dear God, your gifts are many. I'm grateful for every one. One of the greatest gifts you've given is the gift of my dear son. Thank you for his life, dear Lord. Watch over him each day. May he be safe and free from harm as he goes about his way. Bless him through life trials. Help him choose right from wrong. An example be for all to see, standing proud and strong. We love you, son, your parents.